Chapter 3 Post-World War II. In October 1945, plans were made to recommence the SPCA. In the first year, only 8 sides were available, with many players still in the services. After a 5-year gap, standard of play was inferior to those of the late 30s, but facilities began to improve, so did the standard of cricket. By the second season, we had a 10-team competition, and the fortunes of Sorrento Cricket Club were about to change forever. The golden era begins in 1946-47. In 1946, Sorrento added to its strength 2 men who were to play a major role in its success to come. Arthur Robinson, a dominating right-hand bat. Arthur moved to the area for business, acquiring the Sorrento News Agency. He would go on to set records still held to this day. And Len Hill, a man of average height and build, but who was a very fast right-arm bowler. 1946-47 saw many records broken at the Sorrento club. Alan Woods hits the first century by a Sorrento player in 18 years. Robinson hits the first century by a Sorrento player on the Sorrento Oval. Len Hill takes 7 for 9 versus Dramana and 9 for 8 versus Rye. Sorrento win its first premiership. The grand final saw Sorrento and Dramana meet at the Rosebud Oval. Dramana batted first and made 161 for 10, Montgomery taking 5 for 45. Sorrento reached 147 for 8 before rain stopped play. 2 quick runouts on the third day saw Sorrento make 165 for 10, a 4-run lead. Dramana collapsed in its second innings to be all out for 59, Montgomery taking 4 for 5. Sorrento lost only 1 wicket on the way to winning its first ever premiership. The first premiership side, starting from the back left: C. West, M. Barnes, B. White, President, J. Thompson, A. Robinson, F. Lancaster, H. Wilson, L. Hill, A. Montgomery, A. Woods, A. Woodger, B. Wilson, B. Clark captain, and J. Watts. Sorrento's playing stocks were strengthened further in 47-48 with the arrival of Jack Mullen. Mullen, a wicket-keeper batsman, played district cricket at Paran as an 18-year-old, having been spotted by scouts while playing country week for Stawell. However, the war interrupted his district cricket career and he joined the army. While attending basic training at Balcombe, he went to a dance in Rosebud where he met Sorrento girl Edna White. The pair would marry and settle in Sorrento post-war, where Jack would go on to have a great career as Sorrento and country week wicket-keeper batsman. The 1947-48 season sees Robinson break a new record, making 172. Mullen takes 10 stumpings. Hill takes 6 for 5 and 7 for 29, and Sorrento win their second premiership in a row. Arthur Robinson would make his mark in this grand final. A super talented sportsman, Arthur played full-back for St Kilda and also represented Victoria for football. He is said to have had the biggest kick in the VFL. Originally from Murrumbeena, where he won some cricket grand finals too, Arthur made this his match. The final was played at Rosebud. Sorrento batted first. At stumps, the score was 8 for 215, Robinson 146. On the second day, the innings was completed for 250. Robinson 172, the highest individual score in any final to that stage. Rye managed only 134 in reply, Hill 5 for 36. Sorrento's second innings 170, with Robinson making 82. Set 287, Rye could do no better than 136. Montgomery 6 for 30, Sorrento win by 151 runs. The influence of Robinson on this match is remarkable. Rye, with 20 wickets lost, could only manage 15 more runs than his individual aggregate for the match. (1948-49) Montgomery takes an amazing 10 for 26, including a hat-trick. Hill takes 7 for 7. Robinson scores 136 and 125. Mullins 15 stumpings, and Sorrento win their third successive premiership. The grand final. The final at Rosebud, Sorrento won the toss and batted first. Robinson dominated the day, scoring 136 out of 196. At stumps, Rosebud was struggling at 3 for 24. A good recovery got them to 171. The tables were turned on Sorrento. At stumps, they were 6 for 48. The innings was complete with a score of 91, Woods reaching 37. Rosebud was set 117 to win. Fortunately, Sorrento had Len Hill. On their side, he produced 5 for 27 to deny Rosebud, who fell 37 runs short. This gave Sorrento their third successive premiership, equalling Ryde's 17-year record. As if Sorrento weren't already good enough, 4950 saw the arrival of one of their all-time greats, Ross Lever. Ross moved to Sorrento after falling in love with the place when on holidays. He's described as a classical left-hand bat and a very canny left-arm orthodox bowler. Ross spent his life in cricket, educated at St Francis Xavier College, where he learnt the game. He later played district cricket for St Kilda. He worked as a curator at the MCG and the Albert Ground before returning to Xavier College to look after their ground and coach their juniors. When Ross finished his first 11 career at Sorrento, he spent another 8 years coaching the club's juniors the art of cricket. In World War II, he spent time in New Guinea. After the war, he decided the calm life of Sorrento was to his liking, and he with his wife moved down in 1949. A team with the class of Robinson, Lever, Hill, Mullins, Montgomery were going to take some beating. In fact, no one could, and this was the first of their 2 consecutive undefeated seasons. 1949-50 highlights: Robinson 144, Mullins 117, Lever 7 for 3, Hill 7 for 9. They bowled Portsea out for 15. Hill 55 wickets at 4.7. Mullins 17 stumpings. Games played 21. Games won 21. Games lost 0. In the grand final, Sorrento batted first and were dismissed for 153, Lever 41. At stumps, Dramana were 2 for 31. On the second day, Dramana went on to hold a 4-run first innings lead with 157. Montgomery 5 for 36. Sorrento amassed a near record 357 for 8 before declaring their second innings. Robinson made his third grand final ton with 144. This knocked the fight out of Dramana, who only managed 97 in the chase. Lever 5 for 38. Sorrento win by 256 runs. Sorrento remained invincible in 1950-51, winning all 13 matches. Highlights for the season were Ross Lever's 3 centuries of 101, 103 and 100 in the final. Robinson 103, Hill 6 for 6, Horner 5 for 12, Lever 5 for 15. The final was one-sided versus Dramana, Sorrento 330, Lever 100, Dramana 57, 105, Sorrento by an innings and 168 runs. This was Len Hill's last season. We were lucky enough to replace him with Bruce Kent, who would later become a Rhodes Scholar. Men involved in the 49-51 run are Fred Sullivan, C. West, Jack Mullen, Alan Woods, John Clark, Ross Lever, Len Hill, Kay Kenyon, A. Montgomery, B. Wilson, Arthur Robinson, G. Horner, A. Morrison, Bruce Kent. Sorrento went on to win its 6th successive flag in 51-52, with Lever dominating 107, 4 for 45 and 5 for 37. In a 6-year period, Sorrento only lost 10 matches of a possible 108. 7 of those were in 46-47, 47-48. In 52-53, Robinson hit 4 centuries, including a club record 192, which he made twice. Bruce Kent took 7 for 28, including a hat-trick. However, Mornington Diggers' Jack Lowry denied Sorrento a 7th successive flag by making 233 in the grand final. Robinson tried hard to match him, but fell on 104, his 4th century in grand finals. In the end, Sorrento won another flag in 55-56. They had played in 10 grand finals in a row for 7 premierships. Most likely it would have been 10 for 10 if not for Mornington Diggers' Jack Lowry. After missing the final series in 56-57, they again reached the final and won in 57-58. Some good players emerged like Derek Minter and John Dunkley. However, the era of dominance was over after the 57-58 premiership. Robinson played his last game where the SPCA winner met the NPCA winner. Naturally, he made a century to sign out on a great career. 8 premierships, 11 grand finals in 12 seasons. It was time for the SCC to move on and rebuild itself. The individual records are records which we have. Some of the scorecards are missing, so the records are somewhat incomplete. But for history's sake, they are a close reflection as we're ever likely going to get. At this point, 1961, the Portsea team folded. Their players moved to Sorrento. One of them was Geoffrey Latimer Morgan. Jeff would become one of the great servants to the Sorrento club. I caught up with one of Jeff's boyhood friends and gun cricketer in his own right, Laurie Kyle, and he passed on a few words.
Good evening, everyone. It's my privilege to talk about Sorrento Cricket Club and also mate of mine, Jeff Morgan. I grew up as a kid watching Sorrento play cricket and then later on played against them, and they were the benchmark on the whole peninsula. They had probably the best cricketers that have probably played on the peninsula. I refer to Ross Lever, Arthur Robertson, Len Hill, Jack Mullins, and I've probably forgotten a few. But they were an awesome side for years and years and years. And I think, from memory, they probably played in about 7 grand finals. And as I grew up a bit older, I was privileged to play against some of them, particularly Ross Lever and Arthur Robinson. I cannot speak highly of how good they were. The grand finals I used to watch as a kid between Sorrento and Diggers were unbelievable. Now, Jeff, my privilege to be a mate of yours. We went to school together at Frankston High. We're both Carlton supporters, still are, which is a bit amazing in itself. Jeff, you are a good cricketer, left-hand bat, right-arm bowler, very competitive. I remember one night when the Coonya Hotel was being built, my brother was working on the construction, and we had a slab or two sitting in the trenches in front of the Coonya Hotel. And would you believe we couldn't get out of the trenches, so we spent the night there. This is going back quite some time, but many people would know about that. That's one of my real memories of you, Jeff. I'm disappointed to hear about your health problems recently, but I hope things are a bit better now. I look forward to catching up with you, and congratulations on a great career and being a great servant to the Sorrento Cricket Club. Congratulations on your night, and all the best to you and Cynthia. Thank you.